Level 1, the applicant. You're 23 years old. Accounting degree, FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. You've passed the exam. Now comes the interview. Why do you want to be a special agent? Service, justice, protecting America. Have you ever used illegal drugs? You hesitate. Twice. Marijuana, years ago. Weeks later, a letter arrives. You've been selected for the FBI Academy. You're in. Level 2, the trainee. Quantico, 20 weeks of pressure, early mornings, long runs, endless studying, firearms training, tactical scenario, Hogan's Alley. Mistakes are corrected immediately. One bad decision can get someone killed. Final exercise. Armed suspect threatens your partner. You fire. The instructor reviews the footage. Clean shoot. Graduation day. You take the oath. You're a special agent. Level 3, the street agent. New York field office. White collar crime. You're the lowest in the squad. Long hours, financial records. Your first case is a Ponzi scheme. You trace the money, document the fraud, help secure a conviction. Then violent crime. A masked bank robber. You notice his shoes on the footage. Rare. You track the purchase, build the case, arrest, plea deal. You're learning fast, but the job costs you time, relationships, normal life. Level 4, the senior agent. You're assigned to counterterrorism. The stakes are different now. No financial losses, no prison sentences. This is about mass casualties. You've been monitoring a man for months. Online activity, encrypted messages, sudden behavioral changes. He's not just talking, he's preparing. Surveillance only gets you so far. You need access, so you go undercover. A new identity, new background, new habits. You change how you dress, how you speak, what you say you believe. Weeks of preparation just to make the persona believable. Then slowly, carefully, you make contact. At first, conversations are harmless, casual, testing boundaries. He watches you closely, measures every word. Trust comes slowly. Suspicion never fully disappears. Weeks pass. Then one night, the tone changes. He starts talking about action. Not someday, soon. He describes a target, a crowded Manhattan subway station, rush hour, maximum impact, maximum fear. Your job now is to keep him talking and make sure no one gets hurt. You introduce him to someone who can help, another undercover agent, an explosives expert. He believes he's building a real device. Every step is controlled, every material inert, every conversation recorded. But the danger is real, not from the bomb, from exposure. If he realizes who you are, the operation collapses, maybe violently. The closer the date gets, the more intense he becomes. Paranoid, focused, determined. This isn't fantasy anymore. He fully intends to do it. The night before the planned attack, the decision is made. No more waiting. Early morning, entry team moves in. He tries to run. He's arrested before he can process what's happening. The threat is over before the public ever knows it existed. Lives saved, maybe hundreds. But the aftermath isn't relief. It's paperwork, testimony, review boards, endless reconstruction of every decision you made. At home, your family sees the news about an attack that never happened. Level 5, the supervisor. You run a squad now. Organized crime, long investigations, undercover agents, surveillance, financial tracing. A major operation ends in coordinated raids, arrests, and millions seized. Success. But one agent is injured, he'll recover. Still, the responsibility stays with you. Their lives are in your hands now. Level 6, the ASAC. You oversee multiple squads. Meetings replace field work. A fentanyl network floods the city. You coordinate a joint task force. Months of work end in simultaneous takedowns across multiple locations. Dozens arrested. Massive seizures. Then an internal case. A trusted agent falsified evidence. You report it. He loses everything. You don't sleep. But integrity comes first. Level 7, the SAC. You run an entire field office now. Hundreds of agents. Every investigation, every operation, every crisis in your region eventually lands on your desk. Your day starts before sunrise, overnight briefings, threat assessments, intelligence updates. Something is always developing somewhere. A possible terror threat at a crowded shopping center. You don't know if it's credible yet, but you can't take chances. You activate response teams, coordinate with local police, evacuation plans ready, hours of tension. It turns out to be a hoax. Still, the decision had to be made. If it had been real and you hesitated, people would have died. There's no relief, just the next crisis, a mass shooting, active scene, casualties confirmed. You speak to local officials, then to the media, then to families waiting for answers you don't have yet. You watch trained agents hold themselves together in public, then break down in private. You don't break down, not here, not where anyone can see. Another case, counterintelligence. A suspected foreign spy inside a defense contractor. Highly sensitive, very quiet. You limit who gets briefed. One leak could destroy months of work. The arrest happens at an airport gate. Quiet, controlled. No headlines until you authorize them. But operations are only part of the job. People are the harder part. One agent can't sleep anymore. PTSD after a shooting. You pull him from the field. He insists he's fine. He isn't. You make the call anyway. His anger is immediate. His recovery will take longer. Another agent violates policy. Serious misconduct, clear evidence, no exceptions. You sign termination papers knowing it ends her career. Every decision affects lives, careers, families, and then there's your own family. Your phone never stops. Nights, weekends, holidays. You leave dinners halfway through. Miss birthdays. Promise you'll be at the next soccer game. Sometimes you mean it. Sometimes you already know you won't make it. Your house is quiet when you finally get home. But your mind isn't. Every open case, every unresolved threat, every decision you second guess in the dark. People think leadership means control. It doesn't. It means responsibility without certainty. If something goes wrong, truly wrong, it stops here, with you. And tomorrow morning before sunrise, it all starts again. The Executive Assistant Director, Headquarters, National Responsibility, cyber attacks, foreign threats, political pressure, budget fights, public scandals. You manage thousands of agents. Foreign intelligence services target you personally. One mistake could end your career. Power increases, freedom disappears. Level 9, the Deputy Director. Second in command of the FBI election interference, domestic terrorism, national crises. You ignore the noise and focus on the mission. You mentor younger agents. You attend funerals. You hand flags to families. This is the cost of leadership. Level 10, the Director. Appointed, confirmed, 10-year term. You lead the Bureau through crises and controversy. You refuse political interference. You modernize the FBI. Endless hearings, constant criticism. Your health suffers. You keep going because stopping isn't an option. Level 11, retired. Your term ends. Ceremony, applause, then silence. Civilian life doesn't fit. You consult, you speak, you watch the news. The Bureau continues without you. That's the hardest part. Level 12, the legacy. Years later, a building bears your name. New agents train where you once stood. You remember why you joined. Service, justice, protection. The Bureau took everything from you. You'd still choose it again because someone has to stand between the public and the darkness. This is the FBI, not a job, a calling, a life you choose knowing the cost.